welcome back. This is your Lord and Saint Bepis, and when we last left off, well, it was, character skills and, stat points. So, this, our episode today is land. So, let's get right into it, shall we? Now, the game is made up of various places. For example, this is the English Isles, the British Isles. Over here you have France. Here's Italy. That's Spain. And they look different right now based on who's ruling, and you might see some names you recognize, like Croatia is this tiny area down here. Bulgaria is this massive area over here. Egypt is over here. Like, there's, and you might also notice Brittany is not a part of France. This top portion of Spain is not a part of this top portion of, this bottom portion of Spain. Italy looks like this massive mess. And that's just based on when you start. The British Isles are not at all unified at this point in history. They won't be unified for, I think it was like 960 or something, when Alfred the Great's grandson founded the Kingdom of England. But, anyway, each place is made up of land, and you have rulers over land. So for us, we rule two pieces of land. These are called counties. We have the county of Dorset, and we have the county of Somerset. If you group enough counties together, you get a duchy. For example, these 1, 2, 3, 4 counties make up the Duchy of Wessex, or the Petty Kingdom. Depends on how your culture names things. You group enough duchies together, so let's say we get Wessex, Kent, Hesse, Essex, East Anglia, maybe Mercia, and that forms a kingdom, the Kingdom of England. You get enough kingdoms together, England, Wales, Ireland, you can form the Empire of Britain. And in certain places, if you get enough empires together, so if you get Italy, Byzantine, Egypt, and the Kingdom of Jerusalem and Syria, and Maghreb, I believe, those are the required ones, or at least a portion of it. I think it's just Tunisia, this part. If you get enough of that together, you can make the Roman Empire, which is a hegemon title. You can see that over here. This is the Chinese hegemony. It's made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 empires. And these buttons down here are how you control the map. Well, I'll go into a little more depth there in another video, but basically, this button here, which is E, is the Realms View. Press Shift Q, or press the green crown, it shows you all the ducal titles. If you press Shift W, it shows you, or the red crown, it shows you all the kingdom titles. And if you press Shift E, or the purple crown, it'll show you all the empire titles. But each piece of land that you directly control, you get taxes from it. So, for example, if we look at our the county we rule out of, where we live, which is in the barony of Wareham. Each county has different amounts of baronies in it. Wareham has 4, Somerset has 4, London has 5, which is almost the highest you can get. I think 6 is the highest, yeah. Rome has 6, which is the highest you can get. You can't actually add more baronies like you could in CK2, which is a shame, because that allowed you to build up a county that you've had forever into a capital that's awesome. But here you just gotta roll with what you work with. So if our goal, let's say, is to become the Emperor of Britain, we want to bum rush to London, because it's the best county in all the British Isles. We take that over fast, we make that our capital, and we can rule over there for a while. But each county has different slots. So the first 3 slots in a county always need to be a castle, a city, and a temple. Some places only have 1 slot, like the Isle of Man right here. Or It's got two. Right now it's got a tribe. When they go feudal, it'll turn into a castle. And then they only have one slot that they can build something in. So maybe they'll have to choose city or temple. And I believe down here in Egypt, yep, there's one here that's got 3 slots. So all there will be filled. But Dorset, if we wanted to build another castle and control it, we can do that. We just need the money and the required technology. Some places don't have the right technology. Also, different buildings you can build inside of the holdings you have. They give you different bonuses, like hospitals will give you taxes and plague resistance. The walls and towers will provide fort level, garrison size, a little bit of taxes as well, and some men-at-arms bonuses. Farms and fields is just straight up money, and there's a little bit of development growth in there too. Cattle pastures, I do not like this one. It's basically just a combination of farms and fields and levy sizes. You're better off going with the hospitals, honestly, because the plague resistance. If you don't have plague resistance, plague will show up in your lands and tank your development. Hunting grounds, also pretty shit. I don't like them. I guess it can be useful for the defender advantage, but you're giving up the tax modifier. If instead you went for farms and fields instead, look at how much taxes you're losing. You're also losing holding taxes, which is a percentage bonus for every single for that specific holding too. So for Wareham, if I have that farms and fields maxed out, that's a 2% tax bonus to everything. And those stack up real fast. Other than that, barracks, militia camp, stables, depending on what men-at-arms you decide to use, put it in there. Blacksmithies, again, holding taxes. So useful. Knight effectiveness, too. Incredibly useful. Windmills, development growth, definitely super useful. Trade port. It's like farms and fields, but you lose out on taxes for a ridiculous amount of development growth. It's what you want, but I would say probably get the trade port. Probably get the trade port. It's up to you. If you aren't on plains, get the trade port. Otherwise, get farms and fields, because the money you'll get from farms and fields will way outstrip the trade port. But if you're somewhere here where it's like got the forests, instead of getting the I forget what the building is, but it's something like logging. Instead of getting logging, get a trade port, because Devon is right on the water. So the border of Devon County is right here, or the border of the Exeter holding is right on the water. So yeah, you can only get trade ports on the water. So Middlesex would be able to get it, but it's got farmland, which is, in my opinion, the best possible land type you can get in the game. Because there's a bunch of different land types. Let me show you on the map. This is why I wanted to cover this later, because it's hard to find sometimes. Where is it? I know it's here. Terrain, here it is. No, it's not the map mode I wanted. Simple terrain. All these like kind of gray colored ones, this is plains. These are great. This deep red, farmlands. Ridiculously good. Green is forests. Blue is wetlands. Ireland is basically all wetlands on this side. The lighter red, or the darker red, sorry. The darker red is hills. The gray is mountains. You see a lot of that over here. The gray is mountains. This pink is drylands. The purple is desert mountains. This this yellow is deserts. And then you have this light purple, which is floodplains. And you have this like gray purple, which is oasis. You've got this like dark green, which is jungle. And up over here, this like pale green, green-blue pale color, that's taiga. And then you've got this light brown color, that's steppe. And that's the terrain in the game. So the terrain does other stuff too, besides determine what buildings you can put in the area. For example, if you try and fight somebody who's defending in the mountains over here, you will suffer a penalty of, or no, the defenders get a bonus of 12 points to their advantage score in combat. Hills does the same thing, but it's a lot less. I think it's, 5 points. Forests, I think, is like 2, 3. And wetlands, I think, is 10? No, it's 5. Okay, wetlands is 5. But yeah, plains is nothing, but also certain troops do better in plain. Jungle, defender advantage 6. So yeah, and certain troops will do better in certain parts. Okay. There's so many buildings in this game, and so many are locked to different land types, so I'm not going to basically go on about it. But in general, hospitals, then stack up cash, then get cash, then get, you want your building to improve your men-at-arms, blacksmiths and windmills, and depending on if you want more siege defense, walls and towers. I recommend at least your capital have walls and towers. But if for like, I guess the capital of the county too could get walls and towers, but like in this barony, if I build a castle in here, I'm not going to put walls and towers, because there's no point. I'm just going to stack that up with cash. Because you've already got the county. If you siege down the county capital, you get the whole county. You just need to get the one more extra thing here. So, if they come into siege, like, let's say I'm controlling London, and I got these 2 castles here just making cash. They come in, they can siege these down pretty fast, yeah. But they're not going to take the whole county, because the capital will have its siege. It'll be really hard to siege the capital, because it'll have all the forts, the fortifications there. Now, also the thing about your capital, it always gets inherited by your heir. I'm going to talk more about inheritance later, but I felt I should include it here too. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, different places also have different development growth modifiers. So forest doesn't have any detriment, but I think it's like hills. Yeah, you development growth down 10% in hills. It's down 25% in mountains. It's down a ton in the desert and desert mountains. Drylands down 5%. Where is it? Desert down 50%. Yeah. Some cultures have traditions that make it hard to the tradition makes it easier to get the development growth. It negates the penalty. But in a place like farmland, like 20% bonus to farmland development. But also, your steward, he's got the ability, increased development. Remember we talked about this in another video? You put that on your capital, because development of your capital also increases taxes, levies, and supply limit. If you get a big army, you need that supply limit. If you want to make bank, you need the tax modifier. You get one, I forget what it is. I think it's like 1% per development for taxes. Okay. No. It's half rounded down, it looks like. Yeah. Half your development rounded down, and you get that percent of tax income. So if you max out your development at 100, you gain a 50% bonus to taxes, which is incredible. Also, it increases the amount of troops you get, the levies, which aren't that great, but more troops helps deter people from attacking you. And if you need them to be a massive meat shield, well, you have them. And also, If you go to the duchy titles, you see how the duchy crown is over here, and over here for Weiss, it's over here for Kent, and it's in London for Essex? That's the duchy capital. Oh, if you hold that duchy building, you can build a special duchy building in that capital. I can't show you what the options are, but they're all really, really good, and I recommend, highly recommend, that whichever one you pick, you spec the hell out of your army for that. Because it's going to make you amazing. I like military academies, but if you want to just max out like heavy cavalry, go right on ahead. I ain't gonna stop you. Alright, let's see here. Yep. I've got my script right here, hold on. I think that's about everything. Yeah, I think that's about everything on the topic of land, so I will leave you all here. I don't have anything else to add, I don't think. Yeah, I will, and then we're a couple episodes away from the big warfare episodes. I had to split it into 2 parts because it was so long. But I got all that written. I did it a couple days ago. And I forgot what our next episode is going to be. So stay tuned next Sunday, 3 o'clock, for our next edition in our Crusader Kings 3 guide. So I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.